But he is your freaking son, Claudia yelled angrily. He is not my son. He was adopted, Claudia. Mrs. Lan half yelled. Jeremy's fake mum's name is Mrs. Lan. He was adopted? So what? Even though he was adopted, he is still your son. Claudia frowned and grabbed her bag from the glass table. Look at this magnificent mansion. Everything here is made with millions of naira. What aren't you satisfied with that you had to do this, huh? Claudia said, and stumped her foot on the ground before walking away. But I want to be more wealthier than Mrs. Quin, Mrs. Lan thought, smirking evilly. At a small hut, Nina just woke up to see herself on the rough ground. Her whole body was aching her badly, and she felt like her body was being ripped apart, especially her hair. Maybe because of the way Bryan dragged her hair for what seems like forever. It hurts. Nina groaned as she touched it, but winced and withdrew her fingers, only to see blood rolling down her hair. Damn all of them. She cursed as she tried standing up, but it felt impossible. I will deal with all of them for what they did. Nina swore with clenched fists. At the Quins' mansion, Samantha was seen sitting on Bryan's laps with a bowl of popcorn in her hands, and Bryan's muscular arms tightly wrapped around her waist. Tomorrow is the final exam. Am nervous, Samantha said, and Bryan smirked. Of course you will get dead last, since you don't know physics, Bryan muttered teasingly. And that made Samantha frown before grabbing a pillow and hitting it on Bryan's head. Show me your scores since you were little. Let me see, huh? Samantha half yelled, still hitting him with the pillow, while Bryan laughed. Until his phone began to beep and vibrate nonstop, Samantha grabbed the phone, thinking it was a normal celebrity gist update or something, only to see a caption. The president's son, Bryan, seen kissing a strange lady. And a photo was attached to it. Samantha felt like the earth stopped rotating immediately. She saw this one. Her stomach twisted as her breath ghost stuck on her throat. Are you okay? Bryan asked, trying to touch her, but she backed away from him, which made him raise an eyebrow in confusion. What is this? Samantha asked, showing him the photos that made his blood boil. Who could have done this? Hi. Now they've come back, another drama again? Look, I can explain. Explain what? That you kissed her when I was away? Samantha asked angrily. No! I never kissed her. Instead, she was the one that kissed me. The time I was searching for her because she was the key to find you. She kissed me, but it didn't last a minute. I would never kiss her, especially when I hate her. Bryan explained. You're trying to say that you didn't kiss her, but you look like someone who took the initiative. Samantha frowned, her hands crossed. I didn't, and I would never. Someone is just trying to separate us, Bryan said, and Samantha heaved a sigh of relief. She thought for once that her chest was going to burst out, but thank God it didn't. But it nearly did. Next day, Samantha and Bryan was already dressed up, and they left for school together. At Twinkling High School, people were holding their phones and whispering. I thought Bryan and Samantha David were dating. I told you she was a side chick, but you didn't believe. That Samantha David is such a liar, a bitch. Samantha glared at the girl who called her a liar. She walked up to her and slapped her cheeks. It wasn't even painful, though. Do you know that as the school's new queen bee, I can expel you from this school for insulting me? Samantha said, biting her lower lips and looking down. Samantha walked back to where Bryan is, and they walked to the personal class together. Have you heard of Lily and Jane? Jeremy asked, watching Samantha as she sat alone. Not really, Andy said, but Adrian kept quiet when they looked at him. Nope, Adrian said, and excused himself to use the toilet. Are you sure he is okay, huh? Andy asked. I don't think so. He looks off after we mentioned Lily, Jeremy said, and Andy gasped dramatically. Did he kill her? Oh my God, he killed her and made her turn into... Stop spouting nonsense. Jeremy hit his head and began to walk away. Hey! Wait for me, Andy yelled and ran after him.